Hello and welcome back to reading Batman and Joker fan fiction. This is the sequel to my original fan fiction that I wrote. It's not completed. I'm reading it until I get to the end, and then I will write more and read those. You can find this on Wattpad. This chapter is chapter 20. There's 28 so far. Like I said, it's not completed. So after this, there's only 8 more chapters. It starts out with normal point of view. It should be third person point of view. I just was dumb back then. But let's get into it. Later that night, after Lucy had gone to bed, it was about midnight, and Dick had asked Bruce if he could speak to both him and the Joker. Joker and Bruce sat next to each other on the couch as Dick stood in front of them, almost scolding them like a parent. What do you want that's so important, Bird Brain? Joker hissed while crossing his arms. I need to talk to both of you about your relationship, your home life, and especially about Lucy. Everything is going to end up a total train wreck, and everything needs to get its poop together, Dick said sternly. You and what army? Joker raised an eyebrow. Alfred is on my side, Dick pointed out. Joker lightly smacked Bruce on the arm. I told you that damn butler was going to conspire against us one day. Joker, I actually think Dick is right, Bruce admitted. Things are obviously bad and getting worse, so let's hear what he has to say. What the heck is he going to know? He doesn't live our lives, Joker argued with Bruce. Dick interrupted to get his words out again. You two clearly need some sort of couples counseling because you two seem to not be able to make it work long term like you're trying to. And believe it or not, but I would like to see this relationship with you both be happy than to end up in flames. As for Lucy, it's not fair to have her in the middle like this. Both of her parents fighting, trying to balance schoolwork with a stressful life, wishing she met her mom, one parent gone most of the time, etc. It's ridiculous for someone so young. You should want her to have the most normal life that's best for her. I think it's best for her to get out of here, and please let her stay with me away from the toxic behaviors. Joker cut him off from speaking right there. And what makes you think that her living with you would be any better? That's our kid, not yours. Don't you think she'll miss us and want us? He practically yelled. I'm not saying I would lock her away. Of course she would come visit whenever she wants to, and I'd be glad to bring her. Earlier today, before coming home, she opened up to me in front of her mother's grave, and I'd hate myself if I didn't try to help her. Dick was beginning to also yell. I guess I should be, yelling that. More emphasis. Whoa, wait, Bruce interjected. You took her to see her mom's grave? Why? She has never been there before. She found out where she was buried from Joker, which I guess he never told you about. After I picked her up earlier, he asked me if I would take her, and I said, she asked me if I would take her, and I said yes. And while we were there, she opened up to me about how she feels, Dick explained. Bruce looked over at Joker. Maybe we need to talk in private. Lucy comes first. It doesn't matter what happens with us, but it matters what happens with her from now on. Joker's face was sour from frustration, but managed to agree for Lucy's sake. Dick allowed them to walk up to their room to discuss what would be best. Joker sat on the bed facing away from Bruce as Bruce began to speak. Joker, I know you don't want Lucy to go or for me to go, but maybe her being with Dick wouldn't be so bad after all. It seems to be what she wants according to him. She's too young to know what she wants. When you're gone, she's all I have, and if she was gone too, there's no doubt I would go back to my old self in a heartbeat. Most likely. Joker looked distraught.
It is so hard to do his voice sometimes on my throat.
Having her stay with Dick won't be that bad, and you can always visit me at the Hall of Justice at any time. It's better to let her be happy and normal than to drag her down with us.
Bruce was being calm and gentle.
Fine,
Joker said.
but what about us? Everything is falling apart. Maybe we need a break.
Bruce was taken back in surprise of what he said.
What? You don't want to be with me anymore? Of course I want to be with you, Bats, but I just can't keep doing this. I can't keep having the same arguments over and over in a circle. Maybe we don't have to actually break up, but maybe just separate lives for a while and see how we feel apart from the relationship.
Joker sighed and stood up in front of him.
I love you,
Bruce said.
I miss you.
Joker hugged him tightly. And that's all of chapter 20. And I do have one screenshot of comments. There are 3 comments. I got them all in one screenshot, and I will show them right now. These were the only comments I had for this chapter. It says, "Oh darn, I agree with the break though. Notice Joker didn't say, 'I love you back,' foreshadowing, guys." Ooh, maybe it is. I actually don't remember what happens really in these next chapters very much. So I don't know, maybe it is foreshadowing. Ooh, I'm going to surprise myself. Whoa, this is getting serious. It is. It is. Stuff sure is going to happen. I think it's hilarious because, like, updating it 7 years later, oh my god. Everything's going to be different. I want this story to end in a way that people cannot predict. That is my goal. I want it to be like almost like an ending that is like healthy and good, but like also unexpected. I don't want people to know what's coming, and I have some ideas. But anyway, stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed. My next video will be reading chapter 21. So, bye.